was like, me too. I love it. Up to my raised bed area where I have some seeds that I'm going to plant today. Today is October the 6th. And although the weather is still really warm, yesterday it was in the 90s. Today it's been in the high 80s. It is time to get these seeds in the ground for some winter crops. I'm going to share what I'm planting with y'all. And I'm going to give y'all an update of the seeds that I direct sowed up here in these pots back in, I think it was August the 9th. I'm going to give you an update of what they're looking like. But first of all, I want to show y'all some of the clips that I took yesterday of the pilgrimage that we had here in my little small town. I set up a little booth, Patty B gardening booth, kind of promoting just gardening in general and to get people sort of interested in gardening. And let me tell you, gardeners are some of the sweetest, nicest, easiest people in the world to talk to. And people I'd never met before enjoyed talking to me about their plants. A couple of them even pulled out their phones to show me pictures of their plants or their unique plants. And I did the same. I showed them some of my plants that I, was really proud of. It's like we were showing off our kids or something. But it was a fun time. So I'm going to show y'all some of those clips now. Y'all doing? Good. Hey, Patty B gardening. Hey, girls. Hey, girls. Y'all have a nice display of vehicles here. Okay. Ooh, yes, I love it. Go post by it, Becky. Becky, how long have you had this car?
3 years.
3 years. Well, you've never taken me riding in it.
Well,
one of these days we're gonna go.
I drive this car every day.
I love it. Now, are you the one who washed it and shined it up real good for today? Well, you did a good job. A wonderful job. Yeah, you do.
That credit to the paper.
And I love your tag right there.
Well, what else would you call this car?
Exactly.
I think that's a motorcycle.
Looks like something from the future. Y'all are pretty in pink.
Hey.
go over the seeds that I'm going to sow today. Let me show you an update on the beans and seeds that I planted on August the 9th. The beans did really well. The squash, not so much. These are my rattlesnake pole beans. And you can see they're running. And they have flowers. Aren't those pretty? And they also have little beans. Look at there. Aren't those so cute? And they have some bigger ones too. I was looking. Some that size. Some bigger ones. Some more coming on. The container next to it, same thing. These are also the rattlesnake pole beans. So we have lots of little beans coming on this. So I put these seeds in the ground August the 9th, and today is October the 6th. So same thing. I don't think I see any actual, well, no, it says these are contender and those are bush beans. So I think, unless maybe we put some, I think the contenders didn't make that we initially put in there. So we put some rattlesnakes in here. So these are a little further behind because they were planted a little bit later than those two. But still, the vine looks good. These are some bush beans here. These are contender bush beans. And look, I need to pick these. I came out here and picked some the other day off of this plant right here. So it's doing really well. There's some more beans coming on. These are the Blue Lake bush beans, and these didn't take at first, so I had to come back and replant them. So they're a little bit further behind. I replanted them like 10 or 12 days later than the original ones. But yeah, they have some beans on them. Look at these. This is another pot. These were the original, I think, August the 9th planting. So there's some good sized beans on there that I need to pick. Looking good. These are Blue Lake bush beans, and I see lots of blooms. Oh, there are a few little beans on there also. Yeah. Okay, next we have the squash. Not looking so great. I think that I put too many seeds in these pots for them to be happy after they grew up. When they were small, they looked beautiful and pretty, but I think they really need more space than what 3 of them would have in that little pot. So that's a fail on my part, but that's something that I'll remember for next year because I'll plant these again in the spring. I just want to see if they would do. These were my tomato containers this year where we grew our tomatoes, and I was so pleased with how they performed. Look, there's a little rotten tomato right there. I might get volunteers out of that next year. But anyway, Danny pulled the tomato plants out of here one day last week, and this is where I'm going to plant my seeds today. This is a hydrangea, an old-timey hydrangea that we dug up from his mama's house, and it has never done well here at our house. We just don't have the right conditions. See all the sun scorch. It just gets too much sun. Anyway, I'm going to put it back in the ground somewhere. I'm just not really sure where yet. So it's just kind of living in this container until I can figure that one out. But I have 4 containers here, and I also have a raised bed down here that I still need to fill, that I'm going to plant seeds in. So I need to fill this one, and then I have those containers. And this area needs a little bit of help before I get to planting. There are lots of weed seeds that have sprouted and grown up right here, so I'm going to use my little weed getter and see about getting these out of here. Oh, and look, oh my gosh, this is so easy. This was one of the tools that I got back in the spring, early summer. It's called a hula hoe. I had a video where I listed my favorite gardening tools, And this was one, I didn't know if it was my favorite or not, but it was a new one that I had just purchased. And I really hadn't used it all that much this year. But it's pretty easy to use right now. So I guess I'll give it some thumbs up. This is Noah being so sweet and helping me fill this raised bed today. He's a lot stronger than I am. I can't pick those heavy bags up like he can. What we're putting in right now is mulch. And this particular mulch is already pretty broken down. See, it's pretty broken down already, but it will continue to break down while it suppresses the weeds that are in there. And it'll settle some. It'll settle down some. Every year, I suppose that I'll have to top it up a little bit with some fresh soil, but that'll be good because that'll be, just more nutrients for the plants that will be growing for that particular season. This is the Black Cow topsoil. It's really good stuff. Black Gold Compost Company, Oxford, Florida. I Googled it before, and it kind of listed what's in there, where they get it, stuff like that. Sounds like pretty good stuff to me.
Real clean.
Don't be talking about how clean my hands are. I'm fixing to get them dirty. If my boys keep helping me out like this, there's no telling what kind of great gardeners they can be one day. Oh, yeah. In fact, the other day, I was outside planting. The day that I was planting the black-eyed Susans and the Rudbeckia, Cooper was out there with me, and it was getting kind of late in the evening. And I had watered the plants ahead of time in their cans, so they were plenty hydrated. But after I put them in the ground, I thought, oh, well, I need to water them again. And it was late in the evening. And I said, well, Cooper, I guess I'm going to water these plants now. And he said, but Mama, you said you're not supposed to water your plants late in the evening because of what was it, black leaf or fungus or something that could set up on them because the water won't have time to evaporate. And I said, oh my gosh, you watched one of my videos. You've learned something. Thanks for reminding me. So anyway, they do listen. They do learn. So I believe that one of these days they'll be growing all kinds of good crops. Vegetables, flowers. We may have to make it a family business. What do you think about that, Noah? Would you like to be a gardener with me?
Do it as a hobby.
Hobby garden is what he says. That'll be fun too. Back Toe Premium Potting Soil. It's a pretty good potting soil too. Noah just said he was hungry. 1782 makes really good. They have the Hunt Brothers pizza. If y'all are familiar with that type pizza, they make it. It's really good, I think. But my favorite is the thin crust supreme. It's really good. What's your favorite, Noah?
Thick crust meat lovers.
Thick crust meat lovers. Yeah, all of them tend to like that. Okay. So now we'll go in with this potting soil. feel like I need to sneeze. That looks good to me. Pretty. No telling what all we can grow, Noah. Thanks, baby. I love you.
I love you.
Okay. We all dirty now. That's right. I had to put my hair up. Oh, let me give you an update on this. These are the carrots that I sowed on 8/24, and today is 10/6. And there's some kind of little varmint that's been getting in here and digging. There's a little divot right there. But I came through and thinned them one time, and maybe that'll be enough. I don't know. What do y'all think? See, like, there's one and there's one. Is that too close? Or is that just right? Has pretty green top. The little carrot root that will eventually smells like a carrot. Tastes just like a carrot. They're well on their way. I'm estimating Christmas time these will be ready. From August 24th until December 24th, they ought to be good. This is the progress of the raised bed that we filled and planted on September the 13th. This is the lettuce. These were little plant starts that I purchased and put in here. And I believe I can start picking on that and eating it. This is the arugula. Yeah, this is arugula. I can start cutting it and eating it. And then these are cabbage. And this is Swiss chard. And this is cauliflower. And then I planted some spinach over here, but it's not coming up. I think that maybe something got it. I need to plant some more spinach. These are the seeds that I gave away yesterday at the pilgrimage to people who wanted vegetable seeds. The first ones, this is a seed called rape, R-A-P-E, and it is in the brassica family. I've never had this before, but it's a green. And my mama said that one time, a long time ago, one of the old men that lived up the street from her, Mr. Denley, he always had a really pretty fall winter garden, and he gave her a whole mess of rape greens. And she cooked them, and she said that they were the best things. And so I came across these seeds last week at High Grade, and I said, oh, yeah, that's what Mama was talking about, so I'm going to get some of those. And I don't know how you're supposed to seed them, but that was a whole bunch of them right there. And I'm just slightly covering them with some soil, kind of doing them around. And this soil is very, very moist. I'm going to kind of pat it down a little bit. And I'll come and check on them in a couple of days and see how they're doing. The second seeds that I gave away, these are mustard seeds. You know, all you need is the faith of a mustard seed. And gardening is like that. Let me show you how tiny these seeds are. They're so tiny until I can't even just get one. You see? So little. But that little old bitty seed will grow and make some of the best eating you'll ever do. With cornbread. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait. And I don't know how densely these should be planted, but I'm just giving them a little salting sort of like all over the top of this good rich soil. And it is. I added some more compost to this, so, and it's damp. So with the sunshine and some, we've still got warm weather here. Hope it's not too warm because they like to grow when it's cold, but it's warm enough for them to germinate, I'm thinking. So I just need to keep them moist, and they should do. And then the third one that I have is Georgia collards. These are the Georgia collard seeds, and they're about as big as the others. It's just amazing to me what can grow from a little low bitty. I swear these might be smaller than mustard seed. I'm just giving them a little sprinkling throughout the container, and we'll see how they do. And when I cook them, I'll let you know how they taste. The last thing that I plan to do today is cut the last of these zinnias, and I'll make myself a little bouquet with the pretty flowers, and then the ones that have dried, I'll save those for seed for next year. And I'm going to clean these little raised beds out, and I'm going to plant, I think, the most exciting seed that I have. So y'all just hold your horses, and I'll show y'all what that is just as soon as I clear these beds out. The last of the zinnias makes me sad, but there's always next year. Okay, the zinnias are gone, and I've added some nice, rich topsoil to these boxes, and I'm going to plant the most exciting thing so far. Sparkle white tip radish. I got these seeds at High Grade, and radish, they're exciting to me because they're pretty much, well, not instant growers. It takes about 30 days from planting until harvest, which is not very long when you're talking about starting seeds. So if you have kids that you want to do something fun with, you can just get some radish seeds and plant them in a little container, and water them, check on them, make sure they get enough sunlight, and usually after about 30 or so days you can harvest the radishes, and the kids can say, oh yeah, I grew that. That's a lot of fun. They might not like the way they taste because usually radishes are a little peppery tasting, but at least they can kind of be introduced to growing things and starting things from seed and sort of seeing how the process goes. So in this one, we're doing sparkle white tip radish, and in this one over here, I have a radish called cherry bell radish. I'm going to put over there, and then kind of save the rest of the packet for later. After I harvest these, maybe I'll start another. Or I could do a couple of rows now, and then come back a couple of weeks later and do a couple more rows. And that way I'll have a succession of radish. And between now and then, I'm going to be looking up what in the world can you do with radishes other than put them on a salad. These will probably have to be thinned, as is the story of my life. All right, that's all I'm going to do there. This is the cherry bell radish. Eeks, and do a couple more rows. Look at me thinking ahead. Oh yeah, no doubt these are going to have to be thinned, but maybe some of them will make it. And this was one little scoop of radishes at the feed store, and they were $1. So this is a whole lot of planting fun for $1. Can't get much cheaper than that. That's going to do it for me today. I hope y'all will find time to get out and start some seeds for y'all's fall and winter gardens.